The FPX, they might go Maokai. It might be a MilkyWay Maokai angle.
Yeah.
Where they go with, like, I don't know if Kair's a Jace player, some kind of AD mid. I mean, we've seen it alongside Azir in the mid lane, but when you've already got the Rumble as well, I don't know if you want that much AP, but Rookie's got his Ahri, and Zhuo's got Nocturne, got Nautilus.
Yep.
This feels already really powerful for NIP.
And NIP, they have choices now. You can go towards the Varus, the lane alongside that Nautilus, or you can go for the Senna. You have different answers there. So FPX, they might have to take away that Varus and say, look, we cannot afford to let that Varus Nautilus go over. Again, the laning phase is too strong, and then the ability to play around his ultimate is too strong as well. You cannot give 2 winning lanes on the bot side of the map to NIP. So the Varus is taken over. But what else do you lock in now? Do you have to lock in something for MilkyWay? Maybe you could just go for an early Jax or a Graves and just hope that it works out for the best?
The other option is potentially going for maybe something like the Renata in the support role. I mean, it could, well, just be life playing Rumble as well, to be fair. Whether or not Xioalaohu's willing to take that up top, that would certainly be a powerful flex for them. Because Xioalaohu's not really been a Rumble player this year, but it is going to be MilkyWay taking that Lee Sin. And he's still got a smile on his face. He's 2-1 down in this series with all this weight on his shoulders, and he's still got a smile on his face.
Okay, so NIP, they aren't necessarily locking in for laning phase here. It's not going to be something. I mean, I suppose if you're flicking the center into the Varus Rumble, it's just not very nice for the Nautilus who gets burned down so easily. So the Jinx is basically a concession saying that you're not necessarily going to win lane. You can get wave control because of the AoE of the Rockets. But then what you're looking for from NIP is a hook or a charm into the other one, into Jinx resetting, winning that team fight through the resets. We did say that this pick. It's been very useful for a lot of teams to kind of overcome some difficult dragon setups to get that one reset. Whereas on the other side, I do think that if you can get yourself Cat with an actual counter to the Ahri, maybe you can play around strong bot lane, strong mid lane, laning phase, and give MilkyWay for once an early game platform to play around.
See if they can set it up for him. And I know a lot of people waiting with bated breath to see if that will come true. The Veigar and against Kair.
You're banning away the pocket counters. Maybe Annie as well. Vex was also an old Ahri counter. There are a couple of tricks you can go towards, but what's Kair got practiced, you know?
And with the question, K'Sante, though, going to be removed from Xioalaohu. It's one of the picks that he's played a lot of, obviously, given respect to the fact that this Rumble very likely a support for life as opposed to going to that top side. But again, if something like the Renekton is locked in there for Shanji, there's a very real chance that Xioalaohu does flex this. I don't know if he's been practicing secretly behind the scenes. It's not something that he's brought to the stage this year, but it's certainly an option for them strategically in theory.
What a world we're living in, where actually FPX have quadruple banned jungle. They ban out the Wukong, they ban out the Xin Zhao, both really good early game junglers, which combo up well with the Ahri. You can understand the fear of allowing Rookie with a strong jungle combination to allow his Ahri, one of the very, very best Ahris in the world, to get a good platform to work off of. Now, FPX, they know the top lane matchup. It's a Bude, which can do fine into a Rumble top lane, so you might have to pick in something that just splits the difference. I think it's more valuable to have the Rumble as a support this time. It does well into the Nautilus, and the Varus Nautilus can be a very strong combination for themselves. So, Renekton locked in to just play Bruiser versus tank in topside.
So what goes mid is the question. Kair is a flexible player. Now this is a solo terror pick that Diana comes through. I'd assume for Kair, unless it's some kind of Lee Sin mid.
Yeah, I have to say, in seasons past, Diana always used to do well against Ahri. Now, the key thing about Ahri is that if you're against champions which can damage you very heavily with one skill or rotation, so typically this is a Victor E, Orianna QW, or a Diana Q, you can get all in very, very quickly. Post level 6, the Diana can very much assassinate the Ahri. It's very much about how you position in lane. And when you have the Lee Sin kick and the Diana combination, with the equalizer over the top of it as well in the team fights, this could be a very, very powerful pocket pick. But now you have to beat double dash champions in mid jungle into a poppy last pick from Aki. Great last pick response from Aki.
Is it going to be enough is the question. The Diana coming out. This is something that Kair has not played professionally across his career. This is a debut on the Diana. This has been a bit of a solo queue terror of late, especially on Korean server. Kair now bringing it onto the main stage when he's up against match point, when he's up against elimination. He brings out Diana mid. We've talked about him being a flexible mid laner, but he's up against Rookie. He's up against one of the best to ever do it. and he brings Diana to the table. I cannot wait to see this.
I love this so much. We saw in game one, Rookie's Ari take over the game in a way that only he can. We asked Care, where are your counters to this? He's picked out the Diana. He might end up going towards a Lich Bane, very bursty. Tried to outplay Ari. And then if you manage to land just one good Q, assassinations can follow. So Rookie needs to be respectful. This is not an easy matchup. Care might have found himself some secret sauce here, at least in the 1v1. But it is hard to play into the rest of the composition. We'll have to see how he plays against, particularly that Nautilus Poppy CC combo.
One thing I will say, very good at kind of matching that level 6 presence from the Ari. Let's find out. Game number 4 now between FPX and NIP. So, any fans at home that are big on watching Lol Dobby's videos, you will have seen the combos available from this mid lane Diana. Has been a bit of a terror. You can use your Q to set up your E reset on a minion to then get the all-in onto your lane opponent. I'm sure Rookie is no slouch when it comes to the matchup. I'm sure he's played against plenty of these in solo queue.
Well, even then, I feel like Diana's solo queue has really fallen off in the last few years as well. I haven't seen it much in mid lane for a little while, but as soon as you get multiple points into your Q, again, just tapping one Q can be really powerful. One of the big things about Diana is that she can trade better through the wave with a quicker skill shot on your Q compared to, you know, the REQ on the other side. And of course, can just tap that W as well to get a good play there. See that? Shanji pushing Xioalaohu out very early, and that means that he's going to have to teleport back into lane. Bad start for him. We have a lane swap as well.
So, and Shanji's not giving this away either. The fact that Shanji's on the top side bullying Xioalaohu means that this is set up for a cheese kill. Xioalaohu is going to walk straight into the hook of Zhuo. Photic is being set up for first blood here. Xioalaohu flashes the ignite, burning, and he will survive.
But here comes Aki. Can he stop the recall in time? A flash E would do it, maybe. The pop ticking gives him a little bit more HP. How much can Aki get here?
Do they want to dive it? Yes, they do! Aki, first blood!
NIP playing against the Rookie of the split, get the jungle advantage, and here we go in mid.
Care's in trouble now as Shanji's just roaming around the map, but the charm is perfect! Flash away, flash from Rookie! It's not enough! Care barely escapes!
Oh, and the assassination works in top lane, but the ninjas can't make it double in bot lane. So what's going to happen with this bot lane crash? FPX, 3-time in the spot side. One of the big reasons why lane swaps disappeared after Season 5 or so is because bot lane turret is now easier to kill than top lane in the first few minutes of the game. Xioalaohu has gone into mid lane and Care has got the wave clear top, and he might just get dove!
I don't know how you survived this one. Aki is going to be there again. It's 2 already on the Poppy, and Photic is just sweeping a place now.
This is the gameplay of Mr. LPL. Another shuriken from the ninjas lands. But we now see Shanji. Maybe he can get dove. It's very hard to dive. Early game Udyr all the same though. What's he leveled up? He hasn't got himself that Iron Mantle to give himself as much defenses. MilkyWay takes that Gromp, potentially threatening here. If he can reach level 3, I think the dive is off though.
See if he can. There we go. Level 3 hit. They're still going to go for this one. Life there to start it off. MilkyWay in the scene as well. TP immediately channeled on the other side of Shanji. Tries to survive at the time being, and MilkyWay retreats. Rookie now looking for something off the backside of the play. Charm still available. And it hits the Deokdam. Flash from Zhuo. What a play from NIP. Answering everything from FPX. Shanji trying to escape now as MilkyWay goes in. Life forced out of the play. MilkyWay trying to retreat. But I think NIP want a little bit more. Zhuo stepping forwards. The hook onto MilkyWay and the charm as well. 2 more as NIP annihilate FPX.
We have more than a kill a minute. 4 minutes into the game. 5 kills for NIP. I was worried for just a second that NIP would get themselves into an awkward situation if they didn't find one of these kills. Shanji has more kills on champions than he does on minions. 102, but a grand fat total of 0 CS for the Udyr on the top side. I wonder if we're finally going to get a reprieve now as we finally get towards standard lanes for a little bit. But Aki might have an opening towards top side.
Honestly, I feel like this is fantastic though from NIP, basically saying, oh, you've got your Diana counter in mid lane, you've got your Rumble in bot lane, you got Renekton up for the top lane. Well, we're just never going to have normal lanes against you. We're never going to give you those lane matchups.
I I love the LPL. It is moments like this where you out there watching as well, you should feel privileged to see this kind of gameplay on your screen. You won't find this anywhere else in the world, I'll tell you that. NIP, great start in this early game. 2,000 gold before 5 minutes in the advantage. Like, a lot of the time, it's hard to put this in perspective because the 2,000 gold lead in early game is so different than it is in late game. This is like an extra 25% gold lead for NIP, and now they've also got themselves big items on their first backs to continue fighting if they can find angles. Zhuo might be looking for a hook.
Aki can easily move in onto this one. Deokdam trying to get damage down onto Photic. It's good damage from Life as well, but it's not enough damage from Life. And Aki gets a third kill already. MilkyWay lands the Q, but that's not a dive they can make happen.
FPX, they have been absolutely exploded in this early game. And remember, this is the 4th place team. FPX, they beat JDG, they beat Top Esports. The winner of this series goes on to face BLG. Neither of these teams managed to beat that one, but still, high expectations for both these teams. Life will finally be able to catch Shanji out here. I think he's just dead for this one.
Yeah, this is going to be a bit of an overstep from Shanji and a good punish from Life. We do see this often on the Roman Rumble from Life. Good to see. Something positive for FPX. They are going to need it. They're 2-1 down, and what a start from NIP. And again, I feel like the win condition really is playing this game where MilkyWay doesn't get to have the influence that he wants.
Yeah, I mean, by the time the game was effectively over in early game, he was still level 1 and level 2. You can't do anything about that. I mean, it's been a long time since we've seen lane swaps be prevalent. The last time we saw it was occasionally around Season 10. We saw Scion lane swaps where you kind of stay. That's actually going to be level 6 use from Rookie. Lands the charm. It's a solo kill.
Kez just hit level 6 as well. Rookie's got to be a little bit cautious. Can't overstep. And won't. Close one. Nearly finds care for himself.
Oh my word. See
this
that
is tense.
It's so tense.
Oh my
like
Lord.
I'm sat here trying to like second guess what I'm gonna say because it feels like a fight's ready to erupt at any given minute. See that Rookie didn't quite get the Q return on that kill. Care, great presence of mind to get himself that last dash forwards to get himself the level up to level 6. That could have almost certainly been a solo kill. Very tight margins.
Look at the CS difference in that mid lane, though. 20 CS advantage for Rookie, on top of the kill and 2 assists. I want to quickly talk about what you mentioned with MilkyWay being solo level for the first few plays. The fact that we always joke about Poppy being full build at level 3, right? That's like an inside joke of the LPL. Well, the thing is, it's kind of true, and Aki has really, like, shown the power of Poppy in those first few levels. When you can set it up, the fact that you can go for, like, literally level 2 tower dives, it just shows the sheer power early game of this pick.
It has been an LPL specialty, particularly with that, again, the full build Poppy. You get all your basic abilities, you are ready to go. This is Aki playing this Poppy, playing this well, with 3 kills in the early game before 5 minutes even came through, after he was banned out 4 times. MilkyWay, early pick Lee Sin, 4 bans against him, picks up a last pick Poppy and plays like this. For a player that was rumored to have people switching into the roster, people were practicing for the jungle roster, how vindicating is it gotta be for Aki to have this game in an underdog matchup? You know, NIP were not favor coming into here. I thought it'd be a good series. I hoped it'd be a good series. But for this level of play coming from Aki, on a personal level, that is vindication.
And on top of the fact that FPX's entire strategy coming into this 4th game was ban out Aki. Nobody was coming in today expecting it to be FPX having to drop jungle bans, FPX having to target the enemy jungler. We all said it'd be the other way. What a day Aki is having. What a performance. And now he's on the grubs, gets the first one. MilkyWay's in the scene, so is Care. Let's not count FPX out just yet. Yes, they're 2,000 gold down. Diana level 6 is a terrifying thing, and I think NIP know it.
Absolutely. If you have Diana and Rumble on the same part of the map as well, it is very hard to survive that all-in wombo combo. See that Care, even without building AP early, very happy to just spam Qs across the wave and get wave clear as well. The game does get easier beyond the first couple of levels of the game for the Diana. See that Aki sticks around to deny Xioalaohu that plate, I believe. I didn't see the gold go over. Rookie now forced to ult away from Deokdam's flash ult. He tried to get himself a perfect pick in the mid lane, can't get it.
So, flash for flash there between 2 carries. Or I suppose flash for ult,
Flash for
sorry,
ult.
not flash for flash. Rookie will be very happy with the way that one's gone, especially since Deokdam had to use his ult as well. Another crash in the top side, but there are 3 players here from FPX. Photic's got to be a little bit cautious on how far forward he steps. His life close to 6. That level 6 mark could make the difference, but no, not going to hit it.
Gonna say, if that was me, I'd be pressing flash instead of ult. Rookie gets away with that one. Great reactions. Rookie, I think, again, one of the other special things about him on this Ari, which, again, you just have to keep saying how damn good he is at this in comparison to every other player in the world, it feels like, is up in the top of Mountain, is being safe while being aggressive, too. The fact that he can push up, just use his ultimate there, applying a flash on the other side. It means in the late game as well, we've seen this before, he ends up getting himself into pockets, keeps himself safe. You see that again every time we're sat there holding our breath thinking, okay, there's a lot of people sit on vision there, let's see if anything can happen. The game has slowed down just a little.
But honestly, as NIP, you're kind of happy with that, right? It's Lethality Varus on the other side of the board. Care goes in onto the mini wave, but Aki is here. Care could look for an opportunity. The problem is this Poppy kind of ruins Diana to some extent. If Aki's in the area, it's hard for Care to operate.
Oh, it really is. And, you know, even then, Rookie's been doing a really good job of backstepping on the Qs. So there's a way you position against Diana in mid lane, which is you want to stand in the counter-clockwise direction from them, because that's the way that the Diana goes from it. So you want to kind of just make sure that you're still on the other side of the lane and you can backstep from it. It can help you with that.
I think
Rookie's very rarely...
Isn't it counter moon-wise, since it's Diana? It's just the crescent moon, you know? Like,
don't you start on that, because remember what happened
with
remember what they said about Aphelios? We're going to make him more strong with the full moon. That was actually a pitched idea. I don't know how serious that was, but it just makes me afraid when it comes to the Lunawi champions. Either way, ult hits in bot side, that's the ult!
Okay, that's a combo and a half, isn't it? Nice little kill there for life. Good opportunity. Deokdam finds it this time. And that's the power of Varus Rumble, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh gosh, so yep, that Varus Rumble gets Photic down. No cleanse, went for the Ghost and the Flash, which means that you have to be very, very careful with those ultimates. Some gold back on the board. And NIP, great early starts. They are not done with this game just yet. And that is just a reminder of the damage which FunPlus Phoenix have. And they are not willing to go home quietly at this point.
Deokdam really wanted that plate, but he might just be punished for even thinking about it. It looks like not an overcommitment from NIP. I wasn't sure if they were just going to try and chase this one down anyway. Rookie did have his ultimate. As that ward doesn't quite spot MilkyWay. Obviously, the Q onto the Drake, that will probably give it away.
Just a little bit. Oh, that's a skill shot over the wall. I wonder who that belongs to. It's going to be MilkyWay on vision, as he said. Now, double Eclipse built up for Xioalaohu and MilkyWay. They're actually at a point of power now as well. So while NIP had a huge lead early on, has been closed just a little bit. The FPX are potentially ready to fight. They don't have the ults in their bot lane though. They need to be careful about that. Rookie, first item, Malignance, incredible power spike for the Ahri. Cap, building towards a Lichbane first item. You can see that from the Aether Wisp in inventory. But very far off of that. Had to stop off for the Merc Treads, afraid of the CC combo from NAP, rightfully so. But he's not going to be at the point where he can fully assassinate the Ahri. As soon as he hit that Lichbane, then yes, this damage profile is going to go massively up, and NIP will need to be very careful of Cap.
See if he can get to that spike while it's still relevant, you know, while he still has time to influence this game. Aki getting ahead, Rookie getting ahead. But to be honest, I'm not really just looking towards Care. I'm looking towards MilkyWay. I think a lot of people at home have been coming into this series expecting MilkyWay to absolutely pop off. And he's had one MVP performance in game number 2. This game, there were 4 jungle bans levied towards NIP. To set up MilkyWay. Let's see if they can find the fights live. Caught out though, and it will just be a kill onto Zhuo as Flame Choppers come down as well, and they're looking for a second. Deokdam falls. MilkyWay doesn't even get a look in.
MilkyWay's not even close to the fight. You can see that NIP, they waited just a second, allowed Photic to get in towards that player, and he starts to clean up shop. Xioalaohu forced to use his ult on top side.
Shanji's in trouble, or he was at least, until a TP was channeled. Rookie onto the play, and suddenly Xioalaohu, the worm, is on the other foot. He flashes out to safety, but is followed by Rookie, and that's a beautiful little kill from NIP.
Wonderful patience from Rookie. You don't have to throw the charm out early. Uses it to secure the kill, and Xioalaohu goes down. Life is going to stop the reset, though. Rookie, if he's alone on top side, could get solo killed here. Oh, no, he got the base off. He managed to get out.
It's the last second. The last possible second. It's only damage. Only CC blocks the last half a second of a recall. And Rookie gets out.
Oh, it is so heartbreaking for Life. That would have been a big, big win. No flash, no ult on Rookie. Could have stopped him from being on the map. He would have got an extra 500 gold for a kill there as well, with a 200 gold shutdown. Can't quite get it. FPX, you have to feel for them in this last game. So many of these minute differences going against them.
Nymeara, if that ain't plot armor, I don't know what is. Rookie, the writers have written it. He is unstoppable, he is invincible. He's got his Malignance, he's 202. He's got his Dark Seal that's got 2 stacks now. And Herald started by FPX, but NIP not going to let this go without a fight. Shanji running up as well. No TP available for him. Xioalaohu does have his. It's NIP looking for a scrap. Care wants to get in, though. Keep your eyes on that Diana. The Moonfall could be the difference maker. Shanji's arrived. Herald might just
Rookie
reset
has ult
here.
now. He has ult. They've waited for that one to come back. The hook misses. Here comes Care, potentially.
It is Shanji that gets the Herald, and now the fight kicks off as well. NIP just walking forward.
Oh!
Moonfall from Care sets it up, but he goes down. Nobody falls. NIP, even with a 5-man ulti, they still make it happen. The plot armor is too thick, and Rookie takes it all again.
Oh, the ninjas in Pyjamas stand strong, but maybe the narrative in Pyjamas stands stronger. There was no follow-up from FunPlus Phoenix. They didn't have the equalizer. It was used on that failed base stop earlier. If that was there, this could have been the play. Care gets in despite the hooks, despite the steadfast presence from the Poppy. What an angle from Care, but you just don't have the follow-up. What's here? What comes afterwards? Nothing. There's no equalizer. There's no arrow up the top. Despite Care finding the angle, FPX are left wanting the follow-up, and NIP steamroll the fight.
And everyone is so low. That's the heartbreaking thing. Everyone on NAP is so low in that fight, but nobody goes down, not a single soul. Care still not finishing his first item as Rookie will take a tier 1 in the bottom side and continue to escalate. Look at the score. It's a kill a minute this game. It's 7,000 gold in the lead for NIP. It's 14-2.
Oh my word, we are potentially ending things off, and let's be honest, with this gold lead, with this amount of kills for NIP, it's looking likely like it's ending things off with a kill a minute in the LPL in playoffs. We've had a slower split than we were prepared for, in the early split at least. Things have been speeding up inevitably as that Herald really drives into a wall. Rookie needs to be careful though.
He's overstepped for this one. Spirit Rush going to be forced out from him. Zhuo waiting in the rush like, come on then, chase this one, I dare you. Ready with his anchor. Rookie gets out. Nice try from FPX. But as you say, the game's speeding up. And I feel like, oh man, surely this isn't the way FPX come out. Surely this isn't the way that MilkyWay goes out, not in a series like this. 2 of these games, the first game of the series, and now potentially the last game of the series from NIP, they've done such an immaculate job of removing his agency.
Not like this. Well, this is the thing with the LPL, remarkably unforgiving from regular season of Puzzle, but does not have an idea that people in here. Xioalaohu charging his rage, using that Dominus, they're looking for a play.
Rookie is spacing around though. Dominus has been ticking for a long time. It's just going to time out.
Find the angle. They couldn't find the angle. He's trying to he used that Dominus to get rage up because the empowered W is so important, but now they've managed to get their numbers in. They have the flank still though.
Yeah, they're kind of on a good flank, and it's a kick onto Rookie. How thick is the plot armor after all? He skirts out the top side of the fight and he goes down. The arrow lands true. William Tell, or should I say Deokdam. Photic charging forwards now as a hook again from Zhuo. He's been so good on the Nautilus this game, and Photic reaps the rewards as NIP once again push forwards.
The level up from NIP has been absolutely exceptional to watch from regular season to playoffs. They had a lot of worries against Team WE, but here against FPX they have stepped up yet again. It always happens in the LPL. There's always a couple of teams which level up again when it comes to playoffs, when the intensity goes even higher. MilkyWay, I don't even think this is even a problem from him in this series. He's still good. It's just NIP have really come up to play. They lose themselves Ari on the front end of this, but it's not enough to see out that fight. And with Photic getting a reset afterwards, you have to turn tail. Nautilus, pinpoint accuracy again.
And this comes back to what we were talking about with that first pick Rumble for life, but it was answered with the Nautilus Ari rotation. That's such an insanely strong start to the draft for NIP. And it turned into an insanely strong start to the game. 15-3. And like you're saying, the level up. Now FPX have to try and find a
Rookie.
Rookie face checking again, but this time flashes as well as the Spirit Rush. And Aki happy to stay in the mix. Rocket goes between the goalposts, so does the anchor. But Zhuo just flies on it himself, and Life is forced to flash. This time, Life decides to flash before the death.
Oh, Rookie is so lucky to get away with that one, but somehow he just manages to get away. You'll remember this the day you almost caught Captain Rookie in that mid lane as well. He is a full item ahead of Cab on this matchup. This Diana pick, which honestly I like in the individual matchup, was derailed very, very early. NIP kind of threw caution to the wind, and they threw Care along with it, apparently. So NIP, they don't have to worry about that pick so much. I wonder if Rookie, with this style of game, will go towards a Zhonya's third. I wonder if that would be wise to allow him to play even more aggressively, as FPX, again, another one of these plays just barely not working out.
NIP toying with the idea of a Baron. They're at the very least going to clear vision, but Photic cancelled this recall. They're just going to start this one. I think pretending that Photic recalled there, he started recalling on vision, then killed the last minion, then cancelled his recall. Is this a genius Baron steal? And it's a charm out as well as Xioalaohu, who's forced away. Baron still being taken in the meantime.
They don't see it!
As MilkyWay tries to get the drive-by, he's into the pit and he's punted away. Aki gets a home run in this one as he falls. MilkyWay, the chosen one, denied.
NIP are not here to play games, they are here to be contenders. From a team that people were calling, oh, frauds, this team couldn't deserve that record. Maybe they did have some worries towards the back end of their split, but as soon as they've hit playoffs, they have realized their potential. It's the year of the dragon, and it feels like there have been some sleeping dragons here in the LPL. NIP definitely among that number. They have really started to gel together in this series. It's the best we've seen them play the entire year, let's be honest. Managed to get that Nautilus ult onto MilkyWay, which follows him through the entirety of that game. He tries to get back in, and he so nearly gets back into the pit, but he only finds his own doom waiting.
Can you imagine if he got that smite? How
Legendary.
insane that would have been. Rookie surviving Care, not being able to make this pick work, and now being punished for just where he stood on the map. Rookie can ult in. Care flashes for the moonfall. He wants to find one, and he does. Life helping out on that one as he arrives on the scene, and now Aki being chased out of the play. Maybe a chance for FPX as they find two. 2 for 1 is a trade they'll take every day of the week.
And this is why you play the Diana into the Ahri. You misstep once, the Lichbane power spike 100% shreds you. This is while Rookie is a full item ahead. Now FPX, despite being against that Baron power play, are now going to cut some gold from NIP and stop them splitting the map.
Can they find more? Zhuo goes in, Rocket in, Life still alive for the time being, and Xioalaohu tanking on the front line, but he's just not tanky enough, and Shanji charging forwards, trying to get onto the croc. One more above me, MilkyWay finds the kick, Photic down, but Shanji's just invincible. Deokdam now being chased, MilkyWay can't survive against Zhuo either, and Rookie's arrived back on the scene. A triple for Shanji, even with everything going the way of FPX, NIP still win it out.
The plot armor stands strong. Rookie comes back and says, you know what, I'll buy it even a Medjai's before I turn up to this one. Remember me. He lost his name in that first one. They took that one and wrote it down, but he returns it in kind afterwards. This is what the Diana can do. Imagine if this Diana was not the subject of this early game. Imagine what could have happened. Kev doesn't get blocked out by the steadfast presence, gets an incredible 1v2 kill, but then after this point, FPX, they feel like they can win this play. They just push a little too far. If they backed off there, it would have been a great denial of so much of this Baron power play from NIP. But not for the first time this series. They push a little too far, and the Ninjas are really, really ready and prepared to punish them.
MilkyWay still finds the angle, no matter what. MilkyWay seems to find the angle. That kick is perfect, but Shanji's just too big at this point. They don't have the damage to finish the fight, even with that extra kill. It's not enough. And it means they go down. Shanji he's just invincible. He's 3.5 items on the Udyr. My lord, he's going to be impossible to get through. And this is just not the lethality Varus angle that you wanted. Like, who are you hitting as lethality Varus here? Unless you're getting your arrows onto Photic and Rookie, you're doing nothing.
Yeah, and that's becoming more and more of an issue. Hextech Soul now brought up for NIP, and well, I don't think you win this 1v1. You've got to be very, very afraid of this guy. He might just try and take the tower and die for the cause.
problem is you start tanking as soon as your passive kicks off. So now Kare's going to go down. He doesn't even get the tower. And in the meantime, there's a dive. Equalizer comes down from life, but Xioalaohu, he just can't tank it. The Orb of Deception hits. Xioalaohu walking away.
Shanji.
His ult is on cooldown, luckily for Xioalaohu. Shanji is walking between the Nexus towers and zoning everyone from FPX away. That's a bot in him.
All right, raise your hand if you expected NIP to win in this kind of fashion today. No one? I don't see any hands out there right now. NIP, what a performance from them. They have won comprehensively. They've won in the early game. Their macro has been cleaner than we've seen it before. Their vision control has been immaculate. You can see just how difficult it is for MilkyWay to walk into his own jungle.
Yeah.
The rookie of the split, one of the best junglers in the entirety of the LPL, and what an incredible debut split, has been shut down so well by the team play of NIP.
And it's beautiful to see not only, you know, Rookie having a great game, Aki having a great game, Shanji having a great game, but most importantly for me, Zhuo having an amazing game. 18 of the 22 kills he's been a part of. He's been all over the map. He's been setting up so many of these plays for Rookie and Photic to get the resets, for Aki to be able to be aggressive. And he's a player that's been criticized on NIP. He's a player that often has overstepped his bounds a little bit and been caught out. But today, he is on form. He got that Nautilus, and he has made the pick work.
NIP, as a whole, definitely showing a level of gameplay that we've not seen from this year from them. It has been a real masterclass at points. I feel like Game 1 particularly was one of the cleanest snowballs that I've seen in a very long time from this team, especially. And then coming into this Game 4 as well. That early game, who else in the world is doing early games like that right now? I mean, yeah, this is... BLG do that sometimes. Even then, doing the lane swap like that, it feels like it has their own flavor on it. Of course, speaking of BLG, if NIP win this game, they set up a date with Destiny. They get themselves into the double elimination, and they start off against BLG. FPX would love to deny them that opportunity, but it will have to be one hell of a comeback beyond even what we know of them.
Let's just entertain that imaginary idea for a second of NIP. Oh, hang on, Rookie. He's usually good at playing around the vision. He doesn't know he's on a ward right now. I don't know if realistically they can do anything about it. They sidestep the job. They can absolutely do something about it. Deokdam's still nearly dying to Aki as a rocket. Blocked by life. Nice little pick for FPX.
Okay, so, I found what I was saying earlier about Rookie being the best story player in the world at playing around Fog of War. Well, that one's not so good. That was a bit of a weaker moment for him. Still, that's going to be double ultimates down from Deokdam and Life, which opens up the gate to do a very easy Baron for NIP. It won't be on Rookie himself, but the rest of the team will be able to benefit from that one. FPX will, I guess they'll take the slim silver lining that it is. Yeah. Hope they can survive through to maybe an Elder Steel. That is their way in. That's the thing. We're talking about Elder Dragon now. It's going to spawn at 29 minutes into the game. Oh. Like, this is so hard for FPX to play unless MilkyWay can make some kind of miracle happen. And we are really talking miracle at this point. It's a 10,000 gold lead. And the fact that NIP essentially got Hex Soul without us even really ever talking about Drakes, because the fights have been so hectic, the game has been so fast-paced from NIP, that objective control really hasn't been a part of the conversation. The objectives have just happened off the back of these crazy fights. Deokdam, he did step onto vision there. Yeah, he was just trying to hide behind the base gates, but I think he just clipped in front of it just a little bit. Can't get himself there. MilkyWay getting ran down by Shanji. Oh my word, he'll have to go back into base and regen up. NIP winning across the map right now. Care so hard for him to dash in. Even without MilkyWay dying, he has to go back to Fountain. That's half of a mid lane tower taken off the back of that. Xioalaohu chunked by Rookie as well. As Photic continues sieging in the top side, Shanji's not even taken damage in the 2v1 mid lane against both enemy solo laners, and he takes the tower. And now NIP open up the top side of the map as well. This is going to be curtains shy of a miracle for FPX. NIP take 3 inhibitors in maybe the most one-sided game we've seen in the whole of playoffs. MilkyWay. He's off vision. What can he do? He's got flash. Can he find one last kick? No! Oh no, the rocket lands and MilkyWay can't find his way in. Aki just goes to zone as Rookie maybe goes down. Finally gets the heal, but he falls anyway. The resets are there, and Photic can carry MilkyWay. The kick looks good, but it just won't matter. Heartbreak for FPX after an incredible split. They are taken down, but NIP qualify for double elimination. Can you feel it in the air? There is something special about this team. There is something special about Ninjas in Pyjamas. They gave us some doubts. They gave us some worries from their regular split. But oh my word, I am not thinking one bit about that after this series. FPX didn't even play that badly, folks. NIP showed us a level they have yet to do so in 2024. There's always a team or two that show us when it comes to playoffs that they've been hiding something back. NIP might have just been hiding in a whole arsenal of weapons.